Hey everyone, it's the Eclectic Candyman here today, and I have this immaculate new older stock Craftsman Made in the USA 7-piece full polished metric stubby locking flex wrench set. That's a mouthful. I'll tell you what, these wrenches pack a punch. So a lot of times on the channel I talk about tools that I wish I could go back in the day to Sears that I took for granted and wish I had been able to buy originally and didn't get them. And so now I'm trying to pick them up later. And this is definitely one of those sets. Each one of these, as we look at here, has the ability to have this flex head that will also lock into position so that it can stay in place, both sides, the box end and the open end. They are full polished, beautiful, solid construction. We're talking really heavy duty here. I was impressed by how thick and quality these wrenches actually ended up being. I guess I shouldn't be surprised being Craftsman USA, but when I first picked them up, I'm like, wow, these are really heavy duty wrenches. And I'm going to be looking forward to using these in all types of applications. So let's turn them over and look at what we have here. This is again, Craftsman Made in the USA, a GK series. And so if you were to look at the Craftsman Catalog, which I do happen to have here, this is a catalog from 2008 and 2009. And there they are right there. This was the entire set that you could get. But essentially what we're looking at here, just the metric set. So we have the metric stubby locking flex wrench set, part number. This was originally 942041. Someday I wouldn't mind getting the standard or SAE inch set as well. I probably wouldn't use those as much as the metric just because of the applications. So these are not a collector set. I had bought these to actually use them in tight spots, maybe inside the engine bay, inside the car, on a motorcycle, up under somewhere that, you know, there's just not much clearance. I never had a stubby ratcheting wrench set. And that's what I was looking for. And I had done a lot of research. Craftsman actually has a set that's made from China that is not the flex head, but they did have a set that was the ratcheting stubby set that was sold at Lowe's and Ace. And I believe you could also get it at Sears for that version of it. But this is one of the tools in the Craftsman line that I did not see that was carried over in the stubby set with the flex head made in China. So this is certainly one that I did want to get an original made in the USA because of this ultimate functionality in a stubby wrench. Some of the other ones that I had looked at, it also didn't have the flex head, were like Snap-on has a set, Blue Point has a set, SK wrenches. There was a bunch I looked at, and you could probably save some money if you didn't want to get this older USA set. These are getting harder to find. This didn't come with the original case, but I can't tell that these things have ever turned a bolt. They are brand new, immaculate, not a scratch on them, in fantastic shape. And in fact, just a little fun experiment here. I got this little food scale. So I wanted to see, you know, I was talking about the weight of them. If we take a look here, let's go ahead and put a Craftsman Made in the USA 18 millimeter standard wrench on here, and right at about 200 grams. And let's put this stubby version of the wrench on here, and that's about 248 grams. I am not saying that weight is indicative of any kind of quality or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's a substantial, solid wrench, high quality. What a premium set here. And that's how it was offered. Even when these were being offered at over $100 for the set, you're not talking about like Harbor Freight prices or deep discount prices. This was a premium set even for the time. Speaking of the price, these actually weren't that bad, being 2021 and these haven't been offered for 10 plus years. The original price as shown in the catalog was $109.99. down there. Of course, they had a personalized version that you could get as well, but the original price was $109.99. So based on what I paid for these, I actually only paid about 1.5x the original price, which is not bad, because a lot of sought after craftsman tools, you might pay 2 to 5x depending on what tool and how rare they are. So I feel pretty fortunate about this set that I'm going to use probably as my go-to wrench in a lot of scenarios. I have become a huge fan of ratcheting wrenches. They are my go-to wrench, which is interesting because you've seen on the channel, I've done a lot of pickups of, wrenches that are missing, but it's pretty rare for me to pick up a regular wrench anymore. I'm usually picking up a ratcheting style wrench. Of course, I would like to, again, have the full set, but right now with the metric set, that's what I'm going to get the most use out of them. And these will be used as I mentioned. Just taking a look at some of the individual part numbers here. We got the 18 millimeter at 42497. They're all the same series here. A 17 millimeter wrench, 42496. These are so shiny, it's actually difficult to read some of the part numbers. 42495 on the 15 millimeter. Then it jumps down with a skip to 13 millimeter, 42494. So it looks like these are in sequential order. 42493 on a 12 millimeter, and then the old trusty 10 millimeter here. And that is zooming in there, 42492. And lastly, this little 8 millimeter, which is, as you would assume, 42491, 7-piece metric set. And also just something to be aware of, if you are buying these today, sometimes these sets will be shown online and say eBay or something like that, but they won't be the full 7-piece set. Somebody might have 5 of them or 6 of them, but 7 is the set that you'll be looking for. Just a beautiful, again, immaculate set with the wonderful locking head mechanism here, so you could really get into an area and lock it down. Something, with a bend, get behind it, lock that in place, and then it's not going to move. And then, you can turn and ratchet it. Just, fantastic how that works. That's awesome. This will really, in a tight bind where there's some locations you just can't get into. And actually, I have a bolt over here on the vise. It's an old bolt off of a brake. And so I just wanted to see here off my Mustang Cobra. And so, yeah, you can see, just fantastic. Or we could even, lock it in position and be able to turn, a little bit there. So you can see some of the flexibility that you've got in this wrench. Highly functional. I look forward to using these, kind of a Craftsman premium, new, older stock haul, and wanted to bring this to you. I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, this is the Eclectic Handyman. We'll see you later.